This city, this country has given an incredible amount to me. And I think that politics is the way that I can give something back. I moved to San Francisco in 1985. I was 11. I had a grandmother up in San Francisco. She had moved here in the early 50s and she was herself a refugee from Europe, had survived the Holocaust and brought my dad here, and they had built a life in San Francisco. My grandmother passed on, I think, a number of things to me that have informed my politics. There are people in the world who live with incredible insecurity and the threat of violence that is immediate and imminent. And my grandmother lived in that world for 6 traumatizing years of her life, where she was an outlaw and she could have been killed for who she was. And many people in her family were. My grandfather was. My grandmother was older and not really in a position to be raising an adolescent, and so a number of families at the schools I was going to and some other families took me in and gave me a place to live for various periods of time, and I made it through, relying on all of these other people to help you along, and being aware that you need their help. That has at least left me with a pretty strong understanding that we're supposed to help each other, and that the kind of politics I want to work for is a politics where we are responsible for one another. My professional experience has been working for local governments and affordable housing developers. I put my law degree together with my public policy degree and have built a career over the last 10 years representing local governments on the very kinds of issues, questions, and challenges that confront the Board of Supervisors today. California has made it extraordinarily difficult for local governments to pay their bills, to meet the needs of their populations, to keep the parks open and the firehouses open and the hospitals open. And I have helped communities try to struggle through the mess that Prop 13 and a number of our state budgetary decisions have left for local governments. One of the things that I really love about San Francisco is that I think that this place, more than most places in this country, really does believe that we all move forward together and that we're not going to leave people behind. The values that have set this city apart are worth defending and can actually help us survive the challenges we have. And so I think it is a good thing that we're committed to our safety net in ways that other communities in California maybe aren't. And I don't think that we should follow them in the direction of denying care to people who need it. Rather, I think we should become a model for them of how to provide services efficiently. I think that our traditions around neighborhood empowerment and the community having a right to help determine what happens with development is something we should be proud of. The work that people have done over the last 40 years to make sure that our neighborhoods are places where people live and can raise families and are communities that work rather than just profit centers for people who want to make money through development or other means, those are good things. That's good activity, and it's not something we should try to undermine. I think people in District 8 look at City Hall and are incredibly turned off. I think that they see people behaving childishly and that they want leadership that focuses on issues and doesn't seem to be playing games. I also think that voters from this district want elected officials who will reflect their values. And we've talked about those values, but I think fundamentally the voters, the residents of District 8 are part of the San Francisco project. If I'm elected, I'm going to go to City Hall. I'm going to bring some San Francisco with me to City Hall. But I'm going to do it in a way that I think the voters of this district can be proud of, by bringing people together, by building coalitions, by working with the mayor and the other members of the Board of Supervisors and all the stakeholders who care about all of these issues and really believe in our city. And I think that we can move our city forward, address the hard issues, and get some stuff done. And that's what I would like to do.